Hey there, welcome to New Start Ministries. My name is Jason, and so if you're seeing me for the first time, I just want to welcome you. If you are coming back, I want to welcome you back, and I for sure want to thank you for all of your support, all of the likes and the comments, and just everything else that you've done to help support me. I really super appreciate that. So quick word today, and that is that I believe that the world, I believe what God is saying, the world is waiting on your marriage. And so this is for somebody, and I will just pray over it. And the story comes from Esther in the Bible when there was a plot against the Jewish people, and you know, the enemy's trying to come against God's people, specifically Mordecai, but it ends up being all the Jewish people. Anyway, so Esther's forced to go to the king, and you know, she fears for her life, because if she goes and you know, the king doesn't reach out his scepter, that she could be put to death. But yet Mordecai finally, you know, is able to get through to her by saying, you know, perhaps you were born for such a time as this. Perhaps everything that's happened to you, all of the successes and all of the wonderful things that have happened to you, perhaps it's all happened, you know, for such a time as this. So I want to say that your marriage, I believe that your marriage is meant to be for such a time as this. It's not just for such a time as this, but it most definitely is for such a time as this, that God has things ordained. And I believe that things are happening, I mean, just immensely in the world. And all of these, you know, plots and schemes and things like that of the enemy, they're happening. And I believe that God is putting people together to rise up because they have a purpose. And I believe that purpose, and I believe that God will reward that marriage. You know, so for the purpose of what's taking place now, that's why I said I don't think your marriage is just for this time. So it's not like it's just for a season. It's that God is using it. He wants it to be put together, and definitely for this season, because it was meant for this season, and then it will carry on, you know, and continue on from there. So somebody out there, I believe that the world is waiting for your marriage. God is doing some major things in this world today, and you are an active part of that. Your marriage is a part of that. So I want to encourage you, both man and woman, I want to encourage you to be of good faith and to step out in faith and to be willing to do whatever the Lord calls. I'm sorry, I'm holding my phone so it doesn't fall over as I'm going up this nice hill. But I want to encourage you to be of good faith and be strong and courageous and go forward. Step out in faith. Be willing to surrender to the Lord's call. Be willing to step out in faith. You might not know what God has planned for you specifically. You might not know where He wants you at right now. But if you know something to be true in your heart, then I just want to encourage you to just start working towards it. Start stepping out in faith towards it, because it was here. It is meant to be for such a time as this, and then some. Okay, so just like Esther, her marriage was meant for such a time as that moment in history when she could go to the king and say, "Spare my people." And I you can't tell me that their marriage was only for that season, because I'm certain that it went on and on and on forever until they died. But for certain that their marriage was meant for such a time as that, and yours is too. So be of good faith. Get out there, step out in faith. I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing day. Pray for me. I'm on my way to work, and there's a new position that I'm stepping into tonight, and something I'm not done yet. And I'm just praying for wisdom, for guidance, and for His hand to be over all of it tonight as I'm moving. So pray for me. Love you guys, and I will talk to you later. See ya.